Okay, so Nehemiah enforces two major laws. The first law is that you shall not work on the Sabbath because that is God's rest day, okay? Second major law is that if you marry a foreign woman, you must divorce her. He's bringing up families. Why? Because he believes that religious purity requires blood purity. If you marry a foreign woman, she's going to make you believe in their foreign god. Remember, it is by worshiping false idols. It's because of this that Yahweh decided to punish the Jews. Okay, so the Jews must only worship Yahweh. All right, so this is their interpretation of monotheism. So as you can see, there are certain traditions about the Jews that was created during the Persian Empire in order to facilitate Persia's control of the Levant. But these traditions, because they are encoded in the Bible, they stay with us even today. But not only that, but by reading the Bible carefully and understand how to connect the Bible to historical development, you can now figure out how Israel will develop over the next 10, 20 years, okay? And these are my, these are my three predictions. First of all, they're going to rebuild the Temple of Solomon. Okay, they're going to build the third temple by destroying the Al-Aqsa Mosque. They're going to do that sooner or later. Okay, that's the first thing they're going to do. And you know why? Because when we read the Bible, you can see how happy they were. Okay, because they felt completed. They felt as though God is with us, God has forgiven us, God loves us. Okay, so building the third temple is crucial to the identity of Israel today. Okay, so they're going to do this, and it's going to cause a lot of problems because, again, the Al-Aqsa Mosque is the third holiest site in the Islamic world. And it's going to create a lot of conflict between Israel and the Islamic world, okay? Do they care? Not really. Okay, number two, you can see how when the Jews returned, they were convinced that they were forced out of Jerusalem because they offended God, okay? So, in other words, if Jews want to maintain control over Israel, they need to obey the laws of God, which means that they become a theocracy, okay? Now I'm not sure if you've been to Israel. I've been to Israel. And if you go to a place like Tel Aviv, it's a very open, liberal, cosmopolitan, forward-looking place, okay? I think that Tel Aviv has one of the world's highest concentrations of gays in the world, okay? Guess what? That's gone, okay? As Israel develops over time, it's going to become more and more of a theocracy, where the Bible is the law, okay? And the third thing is that we can expect that as the Pax Judaica expands, more and more Jews will return to Israel. Look, the reality is this. If you look at the Middle East, Israel is the greatest power in the Middle East. There's no force in the Middle East that can prevent Israel from expanding and creating the Pax Judaica, which is their ambition, okay? So this is just an introduction. But the thing I want you guys to remember is that, first of all, the Jewish identity, it is fluid, it's flexible, it's open. It was created by empire for the purpose of maintaining empire. Okay? And we're going to see this throughout history as well. All right? So, was this clear to you guys? Are there any questions about today? Okay, yeah?
So how does the Persian state control, like Persian control of Jerusalem, transfer to modern day society? Like, how does it still work? Because I think we're seeing like a trend that is Israel's going kind of more back to like depending on the Bible and everything. So how does it like transfer to modern day society and all the conflicts that's happening?
Okay, so Persia wanted to divide and conquer the Levant, okay? They're afraid that if the Levant becomes too stable, the Levant might settle with Egypt or another power, and they lose control of the Levant, which directly impacts their capacity to trade and control the world, okay? So the way you control the Levant is you create this entity that is conflict with everyone else. And now what happens is that both this entity Jerusalem and its enemies rely on you, Persia, to manage the conflict. Okay? And this is what's happening today in Israel because who's the empire? America's the empire, right? Israel has all these conflicts with nations in the Middle East, right? They have conflicts with Turkey, they have conflicts with Egypt, they have conflicts with the Gulf nations, they have conflicts with basically everyone, okay? So who does everyone need to manage this conflict? America, right? Saudi Arabia, Israel, Turkey, Egypt, they all require the United States to come in and say, hey guys, let's just get along. We're just one big family, okay? This is all intentional in order for America to maintain dominance over the Middle East. Who's very unhappy about this? Which nation is very unhappy about this? Israel, okay? Right? Israel's kind of pissed about this. So we can expect that over time what's going to happen is a major conflict between America and Israel. There's going to be a divorce, basically. And my argument to you is that Israel will win this conflict, and as a result, Israel will become the dominant power in the Middle East. Because the Jews know their own history. The Jews read the Bible every day. They know what the Persians did. They know what the British did. They know what the Americans are doing today. They don't want this. They don't want to become a servant, a slave to empire. They are a servant and slave to their God, but they don't become a servant and slave to the empire. So they need to get rid of the empire and establish their sovereignty. Okay, and that's why there's so much conflict in the Middle East today, because Israel needs to figure out how to get rid of the American empire so that they can be independent and fully achieve their sovereignty. Okay, does that make sense?
Yeah, I think one question I have is about, I think currently the Jews stop attacking Palestine?
Okay, guys, okay. This is really important, okay? Don't say the Jews, okay? There are different groups. There's the Israelites. The Israelites are the time of King David. They're gone, okay? Let's forget the Israelites. There are the Jews, and the Jews are people who practice Judaism, okay? Then there are the Israelis. Israelis are citizens of the nation of Israel. It's the Israelis that are doing this, not the Jews. There's a difference, okay? Because the Jews are spread out throughout the world, okay? What we call the Jewish diaspora. And there are a lot of Jews in the world who oppose the nation of Israel because, well, what the nation of Israel is doing, they believe goes against the will of God, okay? So Israelis, not Jews, okay?
Okay, so the Israelis is, I think, the news just disappears about how Israelis attacks Palestine. It's just because previously it was all on the hot searches, but recently it's just gone, the news is.
Okay, look, the reality is that if you read the Bible, it's clear what's going to happen. Israel is going to clear the West Bank and Gaza of Palestinians to establish their theocratic state. Okay, they can't have Palestinians and Arabs around. It has to be completely Jewish. And these Palestinians can be moved elsewhere, to Jordan, to Egypt. They don't really care. Okay, but this process will take time. Okay? All right. Any more questions, guys? Okay, great. So, was this clear? The ideas in this class were clear, okay? So, next class, what we'll do is we will do the Greek Empire, okay? And then after that, we'll do the Roman Empire. And then after that, we will do Christianity. Okay, so we're going through history fairly quickly. But I need you to keep these ideas in mind because they will build on top of each other. Okay? All right. Okay, thank you.